best to ever do it, and one of the best what retirement could look like for a pro bodybuilder. So shout out to Jay. That's going to wrap it up for the video, guys. I hope you did, in fact, enjoy it. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Click the bell notification if you have not already. Be notified every time I upload a video. And as always, I love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Nick Strength and Power signing out. All right, guys, don't forget to click that like button. And also check out my Instagram at Nick Strength Power. My Facebook page, which
and welcome to a full day of eating on a diet break. I haven't done a full day of eating for quite some time, so I hope you enjoy this. I'm sure this will go down pretty well. But updates for the week. It's the 25th of July, and I am currently 2 days into a diet break and a deload. So definitely was coming up to a point where we needed to take a bit of a step back. As much as I didn't want to, like, I absolutely just wanted to keep pushing, but you always have to be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with your coach about like how you are actually feeling physically for the most part, because even though mentally, like especially in prep or especially in a diet where you have a set time frame, you want to push on, of course you do, but we do sometimes just need to take that step back to take a step forward again. So that's essentially what we have done. Oh, my arm's getting tired. So I've just been on my walk this morning. It's definitely a shorter walk than normal just because I've only got 10k steps to hit. My lowest weight before the diet break was 57.4. So after 2 days of eating higher food and obviously lower, like no cardio, lower steps, so my steps are 10k instead of 14k, my weight is up a kilo. So I'm 58.4 this morning and I checked in. Definitely looking a good bit fuller. Obviously no sacrifice to condition, just a good bit fuller, which is really good to see. So it doesn't stress me out too much about the weight being up a little bit, because just with the extra food and more rest, and obviously not training because I've had 2 days off. I'm actually going to get back to training on D-volume sessions, so I'm going to go back in tomorrow on D-volume upper. But yeah, obviously you are going to be up on the scale a little bit, but I'm okay with that because I know that the pictures this morning were a good bit better. Like, I was pretty happy with them, like, especially the back shot definitely looks a lot better now that I am a bit fuller. I've got more carbs in the system, and in myself, like, I feel so much better. So energy wise, I feel 10 times better, and even just my ability to do small tasks is just noticeably better. I have only had 2 coffees yesterday, and as you would have seen, I'm actually just going to cut coffee, like caffeinated coffee, out totally from today for a few days or a couple of days. So Kuba's suggestion, not mine. Just give my body a bit of a break from caffeine. Decaf coffee only for the next couple of days, especially seeing as I've got extra food, like I've got carbohydrates going in, like there's not really that much need for it, versus before when I was like pushing, I was probably drinking like 5, 6 coffees a day. So yeah, just to try and make up for the lack of energy from the food that I was having. But yeah, like, I feel good. I'm excited to get back to pushing, I won't lie, because obviously no time to waste. Excited to get back to training because rest day is just not the one. What am I going to do today? I've got some work to do today, and then I'm going to go to Meadowhall because I'm going to go pick up some makeup bits, because I'm going to trial maybe I've got a shoot coming up, so I'm going to obviously do my makeup for the shoot, but I'm also going to trial doing my show makeup as well. So maybe I'll show you that at some point, and see if I can actually put it together. I think I can, but we'll see. And I think that's all the updates so far. With that being said, let's crack on and get stuck into this full day of eating. Right, so here we have meal 1 ready to go in. So this is actually an extra 50 grams of cream of rice. So now I have 100 grams of cream of rice instead of 50, my normal 25 grams of whey iso, and 100 grams of strawberries. So that is meal 1 ready to go in. Obviously this is a double what I was having before. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Right, we are back for meal 2. I am absolutely fucking starving. This is the thing, like, whenever you have extra food, it's all fun and games until you're literally ravenous, and then you have to go back on your low food, and that's even better. So yeah, I just feel like, you know, you get into a bit of a swing of feeling hungry all the time, so that it's fine, and then you have some extra food, everything just kind of like upregulates, and yeah, suddenly just starving. But I have pushed back my meals today a little bit, just more so than what they would usually be on leg day, because obviously I'm resting today. I'll actually be back in training tomorrow, so yeah, only by about half an hour or so. So meal timings are dragged out a little bit longer because obviously I don't have the gap between training that I usually would have. But yeah, I'm just kind of going for the same meal timings as I would usually on a rest day. So I'm going to get this meal ready now because that should have me practically on time for eating this about 10:30, and then I will get back to work. This feels probably pretty familiar anyway because it hasn't actually changed, but it is going to be my eggs and sourdough, which, you know what, I'm in a way, oh god, I just dropped all of that. I'm gutted that I don't have my usual salmon and avocado sourdough, which I would usually have on a rest day, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. For the first time this prep as well, I actually cracked an egg and I ruined the yolk. So you best bet that I had to do that all over again. There was no way that I was having a fucked up yolk. Obviously now where I just want to make sure that I'm not accidentally adding any extra as well, I've just put my egg whites into a little Tupperware. So this is 100 grams, and I'm just going to pour it into that because, you know, there's nothing worse, because obviously you can't add to the pan and then take it away, so that would be a bit of a nightmare. There we go. So here we have meal 2, which is 100 grams of sourdough, 2 whole eggs, 100 grams of whites, and obviously I measured out the ketchup and sriracha there as well, which I've kept consistent in the whole time. I also have 100 grams of berries, but I'm not going to lie, I did actually eat half of them while I was cooking this. And I do then have some veg as well to go with this that I'll take out the microwave in a second, which is just 100 grams of green beans. So I'm going to tuck into this now because that looks unreal and I'm very hungry. So I will see you at the next meal. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Get this off now without actually burning my hands. Look at that. So what we have here is 80 grams of cream of rice, which is of course the complete strength caramel biscuit. I have 10 grams of chocolate, dark chocolate, of course, 80%, and I actually have 50 grams of banana because this would usually be strawberries, but I swapped it out for banana. Obviously, it would usually be like 150 grams of strawberries, but I fancy doing a little bit of a kind of like chocolate chip, banana bread vibe, which is what we have here. And seriously, I had this the other day, I made it the other day with the banana, even though it's less volume, but I have more food today, so I just thought I might as well push the boat out and try something different. And I really fancy banana in my cream of rice because it's just so reminiscent of my first prep, because this was my pre-workout meal before as well, during my 2021 prep, with bananas and the dark chocolate in my complete strength cream of rice caramel biscuit. And yeah, so this is literally like banana bread, seriously, with the whey, the cookies and cream whey mutant iso surge. Oh, unreal. You have no idea how good it is. So I'm going to tuck into this now and I will give you a bit of a close-up as well. Look at this. Beautiful. So just about to go to Meadowhall, which is like a big shopping mall in Sheffield, and I'm literally just going to go and try and pick up some makeup because I have that shoot coming up, like I said earlier, and I was going to trial as well, maybe trying to do my stage makeup potentially. But yeah, oh my god, I hate going to Meadowhall, man, I swear to god. Reason one, because I genuinely get scared that I'm going to get lost and I'm never going to find my way back to the car. And reason two is because I don't really have a bag that I carry with me, so I don't want to carry my water with me, and then I'm worried that I'll get lost and then I'm going to get dehydrated and I'm going to miss my next meal. And yeah, it's properly first world problems, I swear. But these are just bodybuilder things as well, I'm sure. I'm gonna crack on, drive now. It should take me about like 15 minutes to get there, if there's no traffic, which there probably will be, no my luck. And then I should be back for meal 4, which will be at 4 o'clock. So yeah, wish me luck on that one. Made it back from Meadowhall, didn't get lost, but I was very aware that I was on a very short time limit, given that every like 45 minutes I like really need to pee. So I had to basically do a quick shop, got a few bits and pieces, and then what I'll do is I'll trial those at some point, which I'll probably show you. But I'm back now, we are back for meal 4, which I've got in the air fryer at the moment. It's cream rice, which would have been my post-workout meal, but I'll show you what I've got and how I put it together. Mark is currently out and about as well, so he asked me to cook his chicken because, you know, such a good girlfriend like that. But I have my cream of rice in here, which is practically done. I'm just gonna make my whey paste for this, and then I'm gonna get stuck in. Right, so third cream of rice meal for the day, because you know what, I love cream of rice and I find it more satiating than, for example, having like normal rice or something like that. I just feel like it's just slightly high volume, but not too much volume to the point where it's silly. But what I do have is, again, I have the caramel biscuit cream of rice. You can see a bit of a trend going on here. And I've actually put some blueberries into it, because usually when I'd have this meal post-workout, I'd actually have my strawberry cheesecake cream of rice and have the blueberries on top and have it cold. But because it's hot, I thought I'd put some of the blueberries in there, and it's like a kind of like a blueberry muffin. So I've had banana bread already and now I've got blueberry muffin and cream of rice. I wasn't sure whether to put all the blueberries in there because I didn't want it to be like, you know, I didn't want to push the boat out too much when I haven't actually tried it before. So I've got the other half here. So this is 100 grams of cream of rice and 30 grams of whey iso and then 100 grams of blueberries in this meal. So this is going to go down lovely. Oh, the crispiness is perfect. See, look at that. Got the caramel biscuit, cream of rice, and the blueberries in the air fryer. What we're gonna do is just dip it into the whey, because you don't pour the whey paste on top, otherwise you'll make the crispy top part of the cream of rice soggy, so we don't do that. You know what, that is really good. Really, really good. Look at that jawline. You wouldn't even know that I had one in off-season, I swear to God. So, we are almost ready for meal 5. I've had a shower, hence why my hair looks a little bit wet. It's not actually greasy, it's just wet. And I will show you that in a second, but yeah, just need to eat this meal, and then I need to finish off a little bit of work, just a few messages, and that will be me done for the day. So I'll just chill out, try and get quite an early like switch off time. I've really tried to prioritize that actually, like the past few days since I've been on my like deload, and it's definitely helped my sleep quality. I will say that. I think that just making sure that you are getting that quality downtime before bed really does lead to better quality sleep at night for sure. But yeah, I'm just gonna whip this up in the pan now before the pan starts to catch on fire, because it's starting to smoke a little bit now. I did also finish Mark's chicken, which he asked to have like obviously totally bland, and I was just like, you don't think I know you by now? Okay, so here we have meal 5, which is 75 grams of jasmine rice. This is actually up from 50 grams, so an extra 25 grams in this meal. 25 grams of avocado, 100 grams of chicken, and 100 grams of green beans. And then I've also whacked on some of this G. Hughes teriyaki marinade, which is absolutely immense. So, last meal of the day about to go in. I almost forgot to record it there, and it was almost going to be a video of an empty bowl, but I have 75 grams of oats here. So 75 grams of oats, which I literally just cooked with boiling water and then just popped into the air fryer on like kind of fairly low heat for like 10 minutes. And I have, that is actually 25 grams extra oats than I usually have. Usually it's 50. And then I have 25 grams of whey iso, and then 100 grams of berries, gone for raspberries here. That kind of concludes the full day of eating. I will definitely vlog a little bit more before I sign off the vlog for the week, but I will catch you in the next clip. I hope you enjoyed seeing all the food that I've actually eaten today. This is a little bit extra than what I would usually have on leg day, so I'm sure I will enjoy this while it lasts before we kind of get back to the grind, which I'm also looking forward to. So yeah, we will see what the plan is over the next few days. I keep looking at the viewfinder, but I'm just trying to look here. Good morning, guys. So it is now the following day, which is the Wednesday the 26th of July. So how many days are we into this diet break now? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 3 days in, and my weight has actually stayed practically the same from yesterday. So like I said to you yesterday, my weight was 58.4. Today I'm 58.3. So it's actually gone down by 0.1 of a kilo, which is mad because I've just worked out my totals for the day. And the totals for every single day at the moment on rest. So I'm training today, I'm training tomorrow. So I've got D volume upper today, D volume lower tomorrow. Cuba just wants me to go in and have like, you know, kind of a pump session. What even is that? What even is a pump session at this point? So I'll do my best to execute that to the best of my ability. Before I digress yet again, I did actually work out the totals, which are... So the totals for every single day at this point in time, obviously today I will have an intra workout on top of this, but they are 2,699 calories, 184 grams of protein, 430 grams of carbs, and 27 grams of fat. So practically 2,700 calories a day with full rest and only 10k steps, and my weight has actually stayed the same. So that is nuts. And you know, it's crazy to me that I can eat that much food at this point and one, obviously still be pretty hungry, and two, like the fact that my kind of weight is kind of maintaining, just because back when I started training, or actually before I started training, I was convinced that around like 1,500, 1,600 calories was my maintenance. So like the fact that I'm much leaner than I was back then, believe me, because my body composition was not anywhere near what it is now, but to be able to eat that much food and like just almost maintain my body weight is just nuts. To me, like thinking back to where I thought that, you know, if I'd eat over 2,000 calories, like I was just going to get fat basically, which is far from the truth. A good bit of food there, which I will enjoy every single bite of until I go back to baseline, which I'm sure that when I do, I'm going to be absolutely ravenous. And I will obviously keep you posted with how my sessions go over the next couple of days, my like quote unquote pump sessions, which are going to be fun. But I'm excited to get back into the gym just because I definitely do feel fresher. Like obviously I don't feel totally normal. I think that having a bit of a caffeine detox is probably going a long way, to be honest, and I feel pretty good for not having any caffeine today. Yesterday I was a little bit tired, but today I actually feel pretty good. And yeah, that's nuts. So only decaf coffee's going in at the minute, which is just not the same either way. I just love caffeinated coffee, I will not lie, it just tastes different to me as well. If you know your coffee, you know that decaf coffee tastes different from fully caffeinated coffee, and don't even try to tell me otherwise. But you know, I think that is a really good idea, just while I've got that extra food, just to have a bit of a caffeine detox, so I actually have that as more of a tool to use down the line as things do get harder, because we do build a tolerance to caffeine. So today I will probably just do decaf before training and just do a pump. That will tie me over nicely for today's upper session, which I don't think will last me long at all. I've got my session over from Cuba, and yeah, it's literally like a couple sets for isolations and a set for like the bigger compound work. So it's probably going to take me like 45 minutes to do it, but it's going to be nice to be in the environment anyway, because you know, when you're not training, you kind of miss being in the gym. So as much as I did feel like, you know, I did need that break and I did need that deload, I never know that I need one until I actually take it. That's the thing. That's why it's always so hard for me to, if I coach myself, for example, it'd be hard for me to take a step back because I'd feel like I never needed to, because I feel like I could feel worse. But when I actually take the time off, I'm just there like, I actually could have done with that, to be fair, like it was actually needed. So keep you updated, and yeah, I will catch you in the next clip. Okay, so I just thought I would do a quick run through of the session, and I actually felt really good during this. Like obviously I don't feel like normal, but I definitely felt like energy was a good bit higher. I felt like I was able to get a decent pump for the first time in a long time. Obviously this was just devolume, so a lot of my sets for this session were like reduced. So all my compound work and my rows were only one set per exercise. I think it was just my rear delt work and my lateral raises that were 2 sets per exercise. So I probably finished this, yeah, I did finish this in under an hour. and just trying to be really mindful. Like here, you'll see that I'm kind of like one shy from failure, where I could have easily got one, maybe two more reps in there, but I just have to be really aware that I'm not kind of sending it when I shouldn't be, and just doing the purpose of the deload, which is to actually, you know, stay fresh, but just get some blood moving around the muscle. And yeah, obviously with the side break eagle row, you can definitely see that I'm a good bit fuller, like definitely a good bit fuller, looking a lot denser, like that muscle is kind of pushing against the skin a lot more. I think when you have like higher food during a diet break, it's difficult to be feeling like you're not taking the steps forward, but it's also quite nice to feel like you're actually, you can actually get a pump and you are a little bit fuller. And I was pretty happy with how my back looked in these videos, and my shoulders. Obviously they don't really judge your back in bikini really, but yeah, I was happy with how these videos turned out for sure, and it was just nice to go in and have a bit more energy sustained through my entire session as well, rather than feeling like I get a mega drop off. But lower body today, and I'm excited for that. So yeah, I will give you some updates as well shortly. Of my diet break, and obviously eating a little bit more food. So my weight this morning was actually 58.2, so it's actually dropped another 0.1 of a kilo. He was really happy with kind of how I was looking, and we just kind of tweaked posing a little bit again, just making sure that I'm drilling that properly as I need to be. And he actually gave me more food today, so I'm back on my baseline food tomorrow, so back on my normal plan as of tomorrow, which is a Friday. And I think that we're going to see a pretty big response from that alone, to be fair, just because yeah, my food has been increased again. So I've actually got today, because I'm on devolume legs and my weight's been dropping 0.1 of a kilo every day, I have an extra 25 grams of cream of rice in my post-workout meal, and then an extra 25 grams of oats in my last meal of the day, which is meal 6. So that's 125 grams of cream of rice post-workout total, and then 100 grams of oats total for meal 6. So a little bump there, which is crazy. And given that my body's responding pretty well and it's actually dropping, and I'm eating so much more food, which is probably close to 2,800 calories now, but yeah, it's crazy. So I think that we will see a big shift over the next few days as I go back to baseline, but it's going to be savage, I tell you that. I know that I'm going to be starving, but it is what it is. We have to push on. Like, I still need to pull off a good bit from my glutes and my hamstrings. Like, my legs do still need to come in a good amount, and like it worries me a little bit. Like, I panic a little bit, but I'm excited to push on because of that, and I know that I've got no time to waste. I want to make sure that I'm ready. For me, always the thing is conditioning. It's like my shape is there, my structure is there, it's just the conditioning. Everything kind of rides on conditioning for me. So yeah, we're going to push on soon, which I cannot wait for. I'm going to enjoy the last day of eating up today and back to the grind tomorrow. I'm going to close off this video here. Please, if you're enjoying the vlogs, like, share, subscribe, comment if there's anything that you want to see from me, or if there's any questions that you have, and I'll see you in the next one.